Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. My name is Nufatia binti Hassan. So today our group will discuss about the most important factor that affect the fish growth. Firstly, we will continue to introduce each member of the group.
Hi, my name is Siti Nurjana binti Isnil.
Hi, my name is Elena binti Janudlim.
Hi, my name is Musdalifah binti Abdul Salam.
Hello everyone, my name is Florina Elena Liu.
Hi everyone, my name is Rashikin binti Lamali.
Hi everyone, my name is Christina Labesuntaya Nimai.
Hello and hi, my name is Anita Ibimekius. Okay, I will be the one to start. My point is water parameter. I think and believe that the water parameter is the most important factors that can affect the growth of the fish. This is because, as we all know, water parameters such as temperature, pH, and dissolved oxygen affect greatly on the fish growth. I can give you one of the examples, such as for temperature. If temperature is very important for fish welfare because it affects the behavior, feeding, growth, reproductions, such as, for examples, in cold water fish such as salmon and trout, the optimal temperature range for salmon to growth is between 48 to 65 degree Fahrenheit, because if the temperature decrease above 48 degree Fahrenheit, the growth of the fish may be affected. So I would love to ask for Shikin, how do you think of this point?
Okay, so personally, I really agree with Anicha's point. First and first, I'm really so sorry because my cameras have a problem. So why I'm agree with Anicha's point is my point is a pH level. pH is a measure of the acidity or alkali of water. Most fish species have a specific pH requirement, and significant deviation from the proper range can cause stress, hinder growth, and affect the ability to metabolize nutrients properly. It is important to monitor and adjust pH level accordingly. And my next point to support Onicha why the water parameter is really so important for to grow the fish is oxygen level. Oxygen level, fish require discover oxygen in the water to survive and grow. Insufficient oxygen level can cause stress, poor growth, and even suffocation. Adequate aeration, water circulation, and maintenance of oxygen level are vital, especially in a densely stock or heavily planned aquariums. So that's all from me.
I'm sorry, Sikin, but I'm disagree with your point because the important factor that may affect the growth of fish is feeding management. Feeding management is about choosing the right feed, using a correct feeding method, calculating the feeding cost, and ensuring the cost effective of fish farm. For example, protein, fat, carbohydrate, vitamin, and mineral are the essential nutrient for fish. My second, why I think the feeding management is very important because good feeding management can reduce overall culture cost and improve fish farm environment, also ensure healthy growth for fish. Not only that, fish feeding management, including the choosing the right feed, using a correct feeding method so that can make the fish grow will be good. After that, this is because feed contain all the essential nutrients need to keep them healthy and growing. After that, the fish require food to supply the energy that they need for movement and all the other activity in which they engage and the building block for growth. My last reason why I think the feeding management is important because feeding has a direct impact on the growth rate and production capacity and healthy stage of the fish. And feeding is very important factor that affect the growth of fish. That's it for me. What about you, Teha? Do you agree with my statement?
I supported to what Elena opinion just now, as I also think that feeding is the most important factor that affect the fish growth. I will explain few points to proving my statement above. Firstly is food quality. The quality of the feed is crucial for fish growth. High quality food contains the necessary nutrients in easily digestible form. Feeding fish with low quality or inappropriate feeds can result in poor growth rates and nutritional deficiency. Next, uh, next is food composition. The composition of the feed, particularly the protein content, is vital for fish growth. Proteins are essential for muscle development and overall body growth. Fish feed is with adequate protein levels that match the specific nutritional requirement of the fish species being raised are necessary for optimal growth. Next, same as human and any other living things, fish also require nutrition. Fish require a balanced diet that provides the necessary nutrient for growth. A lack of essential nutrient can lead to stunted growth and poor overall development. Feeding fish with nutritionally complete and balanced diet ensures that they receive the necessary proteins, carbohydrates, fats, vitamins, and minerals for optimal growth. Lastly, availability of food can impact the behavior and well-being of fish. Hunger or malnutrition can lead to decrease the fish growth and even make the fish more aggressive. That's it from me.
Guys, I think the most important factor that can affect the growth of fish is include disease and stress. I have prepared two. Why I'm the most this factor is the most important. Number one is disease. We know that fish are susceptible to various diseases caused by bacteria, virus, parasite, and fungi. So, when fish become infected, the immune system may be compressed, leading to disease growth rate. And number three, disease can also affect the fish ability to absorb nutrient, impair their respiratory function, and cause the tissue damage. And for stress, fish are higher sensitive to stress in the environment. So stress can be caused by factors such as overcrowding, poor water quality, temperature, heading, transportation, and change in their habitat. So when fish experience chronic as acute stress, the growth rate can be negative effect. So any you guys agree with my opinion? My factor.
I also agree with Libya. In my opinion, beside affecting fish health and fish growth, and stress also can cause the death to fish. This means the chronic stress can affect the growth, digestion, and reproduction of fish, and it also inhibit the fish immune response and resistance in fighting disease. Therefore, in my opinion, stress and pressure is also one of the causes of death for fish apart from student growth and affecting fish health.
Hey guys, in my opinion, the factor that may affect the growth of fish is fish life stage, because the fish life stage, for example, larva stage, is a critical period in the growth and development of fish. Why? Because at this stage, fish larvae is a very sensitive and cause many problems in fish growth. So what factor can make our larvae fish do not grow well? First is environment condition, which is water temperature, dissolved oxygen, pH level, salinity, and water quality. Number two is food availability and quality. Is insufficient food availability and poor quality food can limit the growth rate and overall development of fish. Number three is competition. Competition of food research among lava fish and any other organism also affected the fish growth. And lastly, genetic factor. Genetic variation with fish population can influence their growth potential. Some fish may have inherent traits that make them more resilient and better suited for growth under their certain condition, while other may be more susceptible to environment stressor. So the four things I mentioned earlier, such as environmental condition, food ability and quality, competition, and genetic factor are the cause of the lifestyle fish is the most factor may affected the growth of fish. That's all for my opinion.
But I think, in my opinion, the most important factor that will affect the fish growth is rearing environment. Why I said this? It's because the rearing environment refers to the conditions in which fish are raised and nurtured to promote their growth, health, and overall well-being. It encompasses various factors that directly or indirectly influence the fish and their development. For example, the first one is water quality. Water quality is crucial for fish health and growth. It involves parameters such as temperature, dissolved oxygen levels, pH, ammonia, nitrate, and nitrate concentrations. Maintaining optimal water quality parameter is essential to ensure the fish have a conducive living environment. The second is that it depends on the tank or pond design. The design and structure of the fish tanks or ponds influence the rearing environment. Factors such as tank size, shape, water depth, water flow, and provisions or adequate hiding places or structures can impact fish behavior, stress levels, and overall growth. The third one is the temperature control. Different fish species have specific temperature requirements for optimal growth and reproduction. Managing water temperature within the preferred range for the target species is important. This can be achieved through heating or cooling system, insulation, shading, or location selection. The fourth one is oxygenation. Fish require sufficient dissolved oxygen in the water for respiration. Oxygenation methods such as aerator, diffuser, or water circulation system are employed to maintain adequate oxygen levels, particularly in intensive fish farming systems. The fifth is feeding and nutrition. Providing appropriate and nutritionally balanced feed is crucial for fish growth. The availability of suitable feeding techniques, and feeding schedules contribute to the rearing environment and impact the fish health, growth rates, and also the feed conversion efficiency. So I think this factor of rearing environment will affect the fish growth. That's all from me. Thank you. So guys, have you come to a conclusion about which factor is the most important for the fish growth? I think I will stick to my point, which is rearing environment as the most important factor for the fish growth. How about you guys?
I totally agree with you, Florina. The rearing environment is the most factor that may affect the fish growth. So how about you guys?
I'm sorry, but I still think that feeding is the most important. Right, Eliana?
Yes, I agree with Deha because feeding management is very important, effective to grow the fish. How about anyone?
I think I agree with feeding management point. So How other about other?
So sorry, I'm disagree when you guys, Eliana and Fatiha, say that a feeding management is really so important. But for me, the nor does there certain fish have even you know always give a food they can survive. For example, a guppy fish. Guppy fish can survive themselves 14 days without you give food. So I think I disagree when you guys say feeding management is really so important. As me,
Yeah,
others.
I agree with Nar Ashikin point, and I want to go back. For the, before you guys asked whether I agree whether the rearing environment is the most important factor, right? For me, believe that rearing environment is very important because it's cover my point, which is the water parameter. How about you, Diana?
For me, I also agree with the statement made by Florina.
So I think as a conclusion, I believe that most of us agree to the point of rearing environment as the most important factor for the fish growth. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So again, I believe with the agreements from most of you, I think we have come to the end of our discussion for today. That's
Okay.
all for our discussion today about the topic of which important factor affect the fish growth. Thank you to everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank
Thank
you, everyone.
you.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
guys.
Thank you.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night,
Good
guys.
night.
Bye.